Look what you've done. This is the first time this has happened while I'm still conscious. Can you feel it?
Welcome back to Showdown, episode 3. I'm here with my co-host, Erik. Erik, what's going on, bro?
Living life to the fullest, my
Living
friend.
life to the fullest, yeah. We're trying. Y'all already know me. Platinum Chanel boy Jeff, whatever you want to call me. Welcome back to Showdown on the Lookout Network right here on RNC. What's going on, man?
RNC.
What we talking about? We're talking about some fun stuff today.
Oh, yes, indeed, man. For those who don't know, we're about to get down to some crazy psychedelic levels of fighting.
Yeah.
Today.
It's so crazy, like, you know, talking about Mob Psycho 100, because it was something that, like, I know you and I, we don't really talk about this series a lot.
No, we
even
we
like
don't,
in our downtime. I was telling Erik before the show, you know, I feel like the animation on the show is not quite. I feel like the taste of it is not for everybody. It's an acquired taste.
Yeah, it's not for everybody's palate. There's some grittiness and dirtiness into each fight, or just the animation itself. Sometimes,
yeah, the animation is very. It has a niche, you know, and it sits in it the whole series. But it's really fun. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's one of those series that stands up within rankings, right? Like it's highly respected.
Oh yeah, no, this is indeed a new classic for sure. The story is awesome too, but I think what pulls everything through for this series is the fights for sure, because these fights were insane.
Absolutely. So what we're touching on today is the 7th Division arc. You know, the way they have their arc split up, it's kind of strange.
Yeah, at least.
but there's a really awesome fight in this arc. Basically, is the main protagonist by the name of Mob, who is this insanely gifted psychic.
If OP was a kid, this is him.
Yeah.
If we can describe OP as a child, this is exactly
a fucking middle schooler.
His psychic powers are always suppressed by his emotions.
Yeah, which is cool. Which is really dope.
I love about this show.
Right, the whole time. I mean, he's really just trying to fit in, but he's so powerful that he's so awkward. So imagine being, you know, an awkward kid and having all this energy, all this power, and you can't control it either. And it makes him a very like funny, awkward, but really, I mean, I feel like they were trying to do the opposite of this, but he's actually pretty cool.
Yeah,
no, you know what I'm saying. It definitely has a nice premise. Like it's one of those series that I would suggest to everyone if they've been kind of watching the same type of, I don't want to say the same type of anime, but I should say like the same type of animation, because this, you know, it takes a minute for your eyes to like adjust to how it looks. To me, I don't think it's bad at all. I think it's unique, and it has that. You mentioned it before the show. It reminds you, at least some of the fighting reminds you of a very, 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 very popular anime film.
Yes, it does. Actually, it really does remind. Like this show reminds me of Akira so much in a weird way. It's like if Akira would have went all the way through, and all the kids had psychic powers together. This is exactly what Akira is, but like HD on mescaline. Like it's insane
how this fight unfolds with a guy named Koyama. Koyama, he was assigned by Claw to basically capture Mob, because Mob is, you know,
like I said, godly levels.
He's extremely powerful. He's a special student. He's a middle schooler. Like I'm gonna probably say that a few times, like on this episode. Like he's a middle schooler.
Like that's insane to even think about.
Yeah, it's like it's definitely a special case, and like a really cool thing that they, because I don't know, man. I know anime does use normally a younger cast here and there when it comes to like shonen and stuff like that.
It's usually around like high school kids, and I like it. Yeah. And for them to like go that far down, it moves its way up. You know, it's cool. It's awesome.
Watching the series though, it does kind of like blow your mind. Like, damn, these are middle schoolers going through this shit, you know? It's like, you know, when we were watching Gohan with Cell,
Yeah.
It took me, I mean, I wasn't even thinking about how old he was, really.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, until the narrator, you know, mentions it, and he was only, you know, whatever. But other than that, bro, like, I don't really think about it. But on this show, you're constantly reminded, like, these are middle schoolers, and they're psychics, and yeah, it's just it's an insane concept, and that's why I respect it.
Same here. Like, these kids should not be as strong as they are. Like, imagine your little brother just like if you piss off your little brother.
No, yeah. Can't do that. That's not something I'm trying to even like.
Indeed.
Koyama, to rewind a little bit, Koyama was assigned by Claw to capture Mob because Mob is on some other shit. He is just entirely OP. They got to get him off the streets. What happens is, I believe he mistakens Ritsu, or he didn't know about Mob. That's what it was.
Yeah, he did not know about Mob. So, Koyama instantly knocks out Ritsu until Mob notices that his little brother's getting jumped by a grown ass man.
Go ahead, Eric.
By a grown nigga. Okay.
You wanted to say this so bad before we started the show, so go ahead.
I know that
again, we're back on the middle school shit. Like,
I know that these kids are Omega level ESP psychics and shit, but this I am 30 years old. I should not be throwing hands at a 12-year-old, sir. You should not be throwing hands. I don't care how strong this kid is.
No circumstance.
No circumstance at all. You should not be throwing hands on this kid.
No.
That's it.
It's a grown ass man. It's a grown ass man. This nigga is in the alleyway jumping a middle schooler.
He jumps a middle schooler from off the roof. Like, that's insane. That's insane.
Now, Koyama, just to give you what we know at this point, he is exceptional. He's gifted as well. Koyama jumped a middle schooler in an alleyway. He wasn't quite sure who Mob was at that point. I think did he get like a description or something?
All he got was a photo.
Yeah, and obviously Ritsu and Mob, they dress similar, they look similar, and he took them.
Now, at this moment, shit goes down.
Shit goes down because Mob's like, hold on, bro.
you ain't putting right. You ain't putting paws on my little brother, bro. Yeah, you can't be out here knocking them out. You can Mob throw hands on me.
Mob said no cap. Psychic blammers, man. Mob does have psychic blammers, absolutely. So Mob, I think at this point, he tried to intervene in this situation. Now, dude, Koyama's a like Eric said, a grown ass man. He's literally grabbing these kids by the throat, by the face, tossing them into the rocks, beating up 12-year-olds like it's absolutely nothing. And it's really an insane visual, to be completely honest with you.
Yes, it is.
Mob tries to intervene. I think they show him at 40% at this time. And Koyama still manhandles them, obviously.
Mashing these kids.
mashing Mob into the ground, into the concrete. He's already bloodied up. You can tell like they're trying to slowly build up Mob's powers and what it looks like and what it really means to be like such a powerful being.
Yeah.
Because he starts to get like a little aggravated. It was the moment where Koyama socked the fuck out of Ritsu and laid him out was basically it. And I told Eric before the show, I prefer the sub version. The Japanese version is really good.
It is.
Like it's phenomenal. Like if you're gonna watch an anime in sub, if you're used to dub for whatever reason, watch Mob Psycho 100 because it's so good.
Very good intro subtitle series to start.
Yeah, it's really good. Like the Japanese work is fantastic. So Mob is basically standing there behind Koyama and he's absolutely blacked out. And the reason why I was saying I like the subtitle version so much is because he tells Koyama, he's like, can you feel it? Can you feel my animosity? I was like, God damn, bro.
First off, shout out to the writer for using big words for a middle schooler. Because that's ridiculous. Because not only Mob is
word for sure.
not only is Mob like OP with the hands, but he got book smarts, man. Shout out to him. Shout out to him.
Real shit. And at this point, they show Mob's meter go up. I think it stops at they show it at 90% for a second, and then he climbs it all the way to 100, and we get these beautiful just ray of color. It's really kind of psychedelic almost, and it's rich. And the animation, literally, that Akira thing that you kind of you touched on earlier, really shows at this moment, because the punches are so amazing. I mean, Mob runs up on Koyama, socks him in the face, body blows. He's so fast. He's so fast.
All he literally did was 3 punches, and that third punch was so strong. It blasted through one building.
One building, bro.
Like one
He grabbed. Listen, bro. He grabbed Koyama by the face, floated into the atmosphere. Okay, and then drops him in between a building, which causes this massive sound wave that makes a hole into the building.
The slam was so strong, it created a galaxy and it imploded. It made a big bang. It made a mini big bang. Truly, by the time you hit to the floor.
This is much why the art is so beautiful. It's so beautiful. And to kind of go about he's just watching his brother get destroyed. That's what I want to see. Like the moments like this in anime where, they take it to a new level and you get to see what the main protagonist is really about. I feel like this was obviously that moment, getting to see him reach 100 and basically have full control over it. The face grab, I feel like it's running at 60 frames per second. It's so beautiful.
For sure.
It looks like he's literally grabbing Koyama by the face. He slams him into the concrete. This is all before he flew him into the atmosphere and slammed him down into that building. I don't know, bro. Literally coming down like an asteroid, straight up.
Yes, exactly that. That's what it should have been called, asteroid drop. That was insane.
It's wild. It's a wild visual. I know people love the. Some of those Demon Slayer fights that have those high Q, those high slow motion moments. This is one of those moments as well. I really do put it up there. It's really, really fantastic. And, people absolutely need to see it. So after that crazy
beatdown, what makes this whole scene more epic is that all the kids that Ritsu beat up are literally watching this fight go down. And they're trying to they're rooting for the dude that just whooped their ass. Because this grown ass man is beating the hell out of these middle schoolers.
And it's absolutely nuts. So after Mob literally drops Koyama through a building, which is some crazy shit. The other kids who are standing around watching 12-year-olds get knocked the fuck out are like, oh, way to go, Mom, way to go. That was fire. You know what I'm saying? So nigga, you should have helped me, bro.
Yeah, it's like,
y'all, bro. Right. So
y'all some suckers.
Y'all some suckers, man. So Mob starts to walk away. He thinks this shit's finished. Koyama gets up, gives this nigga a lariat. With a little psychic touch. With a little psychic touch.
Lariat from hell.
Lariat from fucking hell. And Koyama's ability is kind of cool. He kind of wraps these psychic waves around his arms.
Yeah. Telekinetic helix, as he calls it.
Yeah. And it's cool. I'm not gonna front. It looks cool.
It does.
I don't dislike it. So Mob kind of eats the lariat. He's still at 100%. Koyama just keeps going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, boom, boom, knocking this nigga, trying to get him. He's got this crazy ass barrier over him. Mob is so OP, dog. Like, I mean, he's
Like,
eating everything, and you know, when the shirt fell off, what happened when the shirt fell off? And so the white tea.
white tea poisons.
White tea poison. Mob, aka White Tea Poison. What who wrote this? White Tea Poison. Mob. Crazy.
Yo, why? It sounds like some YG would be.
Yeah. Some crazy shit. So the ongoers, the crowd that is there watching all this happen is cheering Mob on. Basically, like, oh, Koyama starts to rush at Mob because he can't break through his barrier. He's like, yo, he's got a knife. And which at that point, you know, they do a really cool thing. They make sure that Koyama makes Mob think, hey, that's what I have is a knife too. Because I think he's like,
yeah,
you know, shut up or whatever. Pulls up on Mob, gets close to him, and sprays this nigga in the face.
Man, did the sucker move and use some sleeping spray on him.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. like,
and the fight's over. I was so pissed. I want to see this grown man get annihilated by this child. Fuck this nigga. I don't care.
Yeah, because I mean, it was over for him.
Yeah,
it was over for him, and Koyama ends up kidnapping. Can we say that?
Yes, we can. Yes,
Ritsu. Because basically Mob has used so much of his psychic powers that he blacked out.
Oh yeah,
while still standing up
on some G shit. He just went off. It
was over. One of the things that make it so nice and so smooth and, you know, different is, like I said, the animation as well, but the storytelling is great, and it's you know, we're talking 5-6 minutes. You know,
like, so much can happen. Like, it's insane to know that so much can happen in so little time.
Yeah, most definitely. You know, it's a special anime, and it makes a lot of sense if you can watch this thing from the beginning and get through it and find something that you enjoy in it. Which I really do think it's there. You know, I have a lot of respect for it. Like I said in the beginning of the episode, it wasn't really an anime Eric and I spoke about a lot. I won't say it's one of my faves per se, but I enjoy it. And I think it's worthwhile.
I enjoyed it myself. Bygone Jim moments in the series, but you know, it's definitely on one of my. It's definitely on a must watch list for sure.
Yeah, I would say if you're in anime, you need to watch Mob Psycho 100 straight up.
Yeah, it's a definite must watch list because it's a classic. It should definitely be in at least one of your favorites. I should say, not saying your favorites.
This should be on your list, huh?
Yes, I'll say that. It's on my list. It's on one of my favorites because it. Not to mention, like I said, there's a lot of hilarious ass moments in this.
Right. Yeah, it's not all as brutal as this is, because again, this fight has some of the best animation. Like, you can watch this 5-minute clip of this fight and you'll probably want to watch the show. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, that's how good it is. That's how clean it is. The blood, the punch shots, you know, Mob grabbing Koyama by the face, dropping him from the sky, the way that they display psychic abilities.
I know.
Is unique, and it's cool,
right.
Because for something that is done by the mind, I feel like it's hard to display, you know what I'm saying? And this anime just does a really good job of kind of showing us, hey, you know, well, if there was a society that was somewhat like this is how it would look, and it's believable, even the fighting.
Yeah, I agree, because like it's a lot to even try to jot down how strong somebody can be by just using your mind alone, and this is like the best description any way possible, like of recent history. And I love and just like you said earlier, to bring it back, it's not the prettiest of animations, but I like to think of it as there is some beauty in ugliness.
Yeah. Everything doesn't have to be Demon Slayer.
yeah, exactly. It doesn't have.
I feel like we've been so spoiled. Even if you guys are out there watching Jujutsu Kaisen, which is fantastic, but visually it's stunning. And if you've seen Demon Slayer, which I'm sure you have at this point, again, it's just beautiful. And I'm not really trying to compare Mob Psycho 100 with those two animes, but it is a different aesthetic.
Yes, it is.
It's a different aesthetic. So, if you're trying to watch a new anime that just looks a little different, that has awesome fights, this Mob versus Koyama is a very, very good fight. As short as it is, how it ends, it's still a very special fight. Very awesome to me. And I'm glad that Erik and I got to talk about it and go forth with it, because it is a showdown. Believe me, you cannot watch this and tell me that it's not a showdown. It's incredible. I'm so grateful that you guys set back and listen to us talk about it. Also want to thank all the feedback that we've been getting these past few weeks.
Yes, indeed.
Right. It's been a fun run, and we still got some more to go. As a matter of fact, next week we're going into something that I wish would get animated, and I'm going to keep saying it as long as I possibly can, but I don't think it will happen. We're jumping back into my favorite anime, but this time on the manga side of things, to discuss Hisoka versus Chrollo. And we may have some special guests on that episode, considering it's a manga. So we'll let you guys know exactly how it feels when we wear it out, though. But it's gonna be tight.
Here comes a new challenger.
yeah, literally. Showdown manga edition. Maybe something big will pop up. We'll have to see how it goes down.
We'll see. I'm
gonna call. I'm gonna make some calls. I'm gonna make some calls. I'm gonna make some.
Use that executive phone calls you can, message you can, sir, because we definitely gonna need them. Definitely need those guests in here.
Yeah, so we will definitely see you guys for episode 4, Hisoka versus Chrollo, the manga edition, not the anime. It's a little special to me, Erik. We definitely wanted to touch on this. But yeah, thank you guys for listening. Go watch Mob Psycho 100. It is on Crunchyroll. I believe season 2 is on Crunchyroll as well. So go check that out if you'd like to see that. This fight
also on Funimation too. I'm sorry.
It is on Funimation. No, you're right. It is on Funimation. If you guys are locked in on that, we sound real Sony right now.
Hey, it's the team. It's the team. Might as well.
All right, guys. Thank you for listening, man. We'll be back next week. Showdown.
Peace.